It is 12:10 at the Summit. You've got the Summit Lunch Hour. I'm Liz, and joining me right now, I don't think he is running the marathon on Saturday, but Garrett Hart is jogging our way today. He's turning outward from Jog Our Way in Akron. Hi, Garrett.
Was that a marathon joke? I can't tell.
Yes, it was.
Yes, I am.
I plan on making those throughout the hour. So.
Oh, thanks. That's exactly what I needed. I'm at Cuyahoga Falls Avenue today here in Akron at JOG Our Way, Jobs for Ohio Graduates, Workplace Advocacy for Youth. And with me is Chris Canova. He's the Executive Director of JOG Our Way and Jobs for Ohio Graduates Incorporated. Chris has a BA in Economics, and he's College of Worcester, also a Master's in Business Administration from Malone University. And he has quite his own history and past. He rose through the ranks here, originally starting as a job specialist. Chris, hello, and thank you for having us to this wonderful facility.
Garrett, thanks for having us, and thanks to 91.3 The Summit.
You're quite welcome. And if you could, Chris, give us a bit of a history of JOG Ohio and your involvement with it.
Mm-hmm. Well, Jobs for Ohio Graduates has a 25-year history in this community, both Summit and Medina counties. We're a national affiliate of Jobs for America's Graduates. And as we were talking earlier, we talked about us starting out as a school-based program in the Akron Public Schools and really expanding over the course of time to become a community-based organization serving Medina and Summit counties through a variety of different services.
Nice. The history for yourself, you started off as a specialist?
Right. The first rung on the ladder at JOG, or Jobs for Ohio Graduates, is the job specialist or career specialist. I started off at Garfield High School in Akron, and loved my time working with kids and the administrators and teachers, and really fell in love with the working every day to get tangible results with these kids. And those results were, graduation and jobs and getting into college. And been here since 1994.
And even there was a stint of time at the Ott Building where the radio station is located, where you shared offices as well.
We shared offices with 91.3 The Summit. That's our claim to fame.
We'll take it. Yeah. And I think what's also interesting is one of the focuses here for JOG is engaging those students who have really lost connection to school, to career, to future, and sort of helping them reset their lives. Tell me about that.
Well, exactly. Unfortunately, society being what it is, our fastest growing population, or service population, are those kids who have disengaged from traditional-based high school. So we've created a program that is basically, we re-engage the kids in their education in this form of GED programming, workforce development programming, establish goals with them, and it's been very, very beneficial to the kids and to the Akron community specifically. Half the kids who come to us who, doing nothing with their lives, with no diploma, end up leaving us with a job.
Nice, and I think
and a degree.
Well, I think that it's in a way offering that hope and offering a sense of direction, mm-hmm. And allowing people to begin to dream again, to feel that they've got some sort of a future. I really appreciate it. Chris Canova, thank you very much for joining me here. I'll be back with you again in just a bit, Liz. And, hey, cut the marathon jokes, will you please?
Okay. Sounds good, Garrett. It is turning outward here at the Summit. JOG Our Way is about jobs for graduates in Ohio. We'll hear more with Garrett in just a bit on the Summit Lunch Hour. Garrett is out at JOG Our Way for turning outward today on the Summit Lunch Hour. Hello, Garrett.
Hello, Liz. I am standing by. Yes, we're having quite a day here, enjoying the facility here on Cuyahoga Falls Avenue in Akron. And with me right now is Brian Williams. He's the board chairman of JOG Our Way. He's the superintendent of Buckeye Local Schools, and he's got his own history as well. He started out as a career specialist, and he has served many roles in education, including teacher, school administrator, now superintendent. He's worked with school systems in Akron, Metter, Wadsworth, and now Buckeye Local Schools in Medina County. Hi, Brian, and
Hi.
Welcome. Thanks for sharing time.
Glad to be here.
So you're a busy man and way out west in Medina County. One of the things that was very clear in talking earlier with Chris is that the issues that young people face as far as finding a way to re-engage with their high school career and get on a good life path is that it's not just a city issue. It's not a big town thing. It's happening in small communities all over.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. And having been in 4 districts, as you mentioned, in 3 counties, we see many similar issues with kids growing up, whether it's in a big city or whether it's in a more of a rural community. We're seeing kids that have kind of fallen, I guess, into the pattern, sometimes a family pattern, where families do not have the work ethic. Maybe they've been in the system, so to speak, as a family, and the kids fall into that pattern themselves.
Well, the interesting thing to me is that building the competencies and helping young people feel good about themselves with, first of all, their ability to chart a career path, to pursue a job, and to look at what competencies they have that they can value that helps with their self-esteem so that they can move ahead in their careers. Talk about how that works for you.
Well, yeah, and I think Chris and his staff do a great job. I think the first step is reaching out to the kids and getting them involved to make them realize that they can have a better path. And once they've got them involved in the program, then they can reach out with competencies, as you say, basically giving them the skills to be able to go out into the work world, into further education for themselves, but really being able to set those goals knowing that there is a better future for me, and the staff here helps them to realize that and helps them reach those goals that they set.
And from a student or parent perspective, the value you believe that JOG provides to the individual student, is it a matter for all of our communities? Is it something that we all need to be aware of?
Oh, I think it's definitely something we all need to be aware of. I think as we've seen, again, especially in school systems, we've seen the number of our families that have reached out for assistance from many different organizations, entities, government. Our free and reduced numbers have increased tremendously over the last several years. It's that idea that there are organizations there to help break the cycles, break the patterns that some of our families find themselves in, and particularly in looking at this group of age level, helping them set those goals and finding those successful futures, and this organization helps them do that.
Nice. And for folks that know of someone who could be who could use the services, who could find a value in this, the contact information is basic to reach out to JOG Our Way?
Yeah. If they reach out to JOG Our Way on the website, there's a facility, the one we're broadcasting from here on Cuyahoga Falls Avenue in Akron, and then also on Pearl Road in Medina is also another facility that allows for our youth to be engaged and take advantage of these services.
Right, and the website for JOG Our Way is it's near at hand here.
Right here.
jobstop.org. There you go.
Very good.
And Brian, so you blasted in for this adventure. What's next for you?
I did. Well, heading back to work this afternoon and getting back with the kids and doing what we do, educating our students. So, but it's been my pleasure to be here. I really appreciate it. It's great to get the word out about this great organization.
Yeah, thank you, Brian. Thanks for joining us and sharing information with us. Liz, back to you, leader.
Thank you, Garrett. It is JOG Our Way on today's Turning Outward broadcast here on the Summit Lunch Hour. Let's check in with Garrett Hart one last time for Turning Outward today on the Summit. Garrett is talking to the folks over at JOG Our Way. Hi, Garrett.
Hi there. I'm at 55 Cuyahoga Falls Avenue here in Akron, and with me right now is one of the success stories, one of the great people that took advantage of the services offered by JOG Our Way. With me is Stephanie Foxworth. She's a single mother of a 3-year-old son. She started and stopped a few times with the GED preparation at JOG. She has earned her GED. She's honored at Network for teaching entrepreneurship and the Dare to Dream Gala in New York City. She received an Ernst & Young scholarship. She's been invited to the White House to take part in the Financial Literacy Summit. She's a student at Akron University, and she's interning at Fox 8 Cleveland. Stephanie Foxworth, thank you for joining us here.
Oh, thank you. My pleasure.
Now, your story, you have a wonderful success story and how you are making your life today. How did this all start for you?
Yes, well, it all started with Jog Our Way, actually. Before Jog Our Way, I was in the tunnel, but there was no light at the end of the tunnel. And so for me, I was a high school dropout. It was kind of difficult for me to finish high school due to some circumstances. But with Jog Our Way, I was able to see that light, and now I am where I am today.
And I think that your story is interesting in that there were starts and stops, other things that intervened along the way for you, but it's something you came back to and returned to find a way for yourself.
Yes, I have to say it's kind of tough when you are consumed with so many other things that life throws at you, and you're not as dedicated to finishing your high school career. And I believe that it was I just didn't think it was that important. I don't know what I was thinking, but I didn't think it was that important. And so when I came to JOG, the atmosphere here is it's just great. It is not the typical school grounds where the teacher is the teacher and the student is the student. JOG is more personable, and they created a relationship with me, and I believe that's what kept me coming back time after time.
Well, in the atmosphere, just in the building, the area is inviting, and it makes it possible for you to find a way to settle in, to work on your own projects, to work on your own goals. One of the things that I think is interesting, particularly in your case, is how you discovered your passion for media and where you are right now. How did that happen?
Well, since when I was little, I wanted to be a doctor, then I wanted to be a lawyer. So I think for all of us, we all have our starts and stops and things we want to do. And I literally just woke up one day and said, I want to be a news anchor. And I just love the media field. And like I said, again, before JOG, it was like a kind of like a blank stare. And here they helped me develop my train of thought, and it is that serious.
Well, and there's a career path now ahead that you see for yourself. You found your own direction and your own way.
Yes.
That's pretty exciting for yourself, and it's also a great statement about the success of JOG and what it does for individuals in the community, and for yourself. Advice to folks out there that may be looking for a different way or are not satisfied with what they're dealing with right now?
Yes. Well, I always say stay positive. There's a saying that goes, I complained about not having shoes until I met a man who didn't have any feet. So just always stay positive, keep tunnel vision, whatever you want to do, it's always possible. That's how I live, and that's what I go by. Always dream.
I love it. And they can find JOG Our Way on Facebook at JOG Our Way. And youtube.com/user/JOG Our Way, and of course the website, which is www.jobstop.org. I really appreciate you taking the time, Stephanie, to share with us your story and to help us share the story of what's going on at JOG Our Way here at Cuyahoga Falls in Akron. Back to you, Liz, and okay, I can go for one more marathon joke.
Well, I'm not prepared now.
Oh, okay.
Well, thanks so much, Garrett, and thank you, Stephanie. That was a really great story, and it sounds like there's some really good things happening at JOG Our Way. So glad to have been able to highlight them during today's Turning Outward broadcast here on the Summit Lunch Hour.